Hi, I'm Victoria Lightfoot, and I'm a third grade teacher at Cedar Fork Elementary. I teach art and SEL because it has a positive impact on student learning. There's a sense of connectivity, mindfulness, and joy when we nurture our hearts, our minds, our souls, and senses through the arts. The strategy I will be sharing with you today is the Courageous Conversation Compass by Glenn Singleton and Curtis Linton. This compass is typically used when discussing race and equity, as well as diversity and inclusion. Today we will explore how to use this compass to integrate art and SEL in order to increase student awareness and empower students to connect through community building through the arts. You can do this activity anytime during the year with any age range, from young children to adults. The time for this activity will vary depending on how rich your conversation will be. Today, we are going to use the art piece Forward by Jacob Lawrence. You can use any art piece for this activity. A suggestion is to select an art piece that tells a story. Those types of art pieces tend to work best. In the classroom, I would use this art piece as the image of the day. I would invite students to record what they notice and what they wonder, and invite them to share their findings. Next, I would have students dig deep and analyze the art piece. Students will describe and discuss their perspectives using the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, why, and how. For example, who do they think is in the art piece? What do they think these people are doing and why? How does their perspective influence their feelings? And where do they think this image is taking place? After your students have shared their perspective, they can read the information provided by the museum's education website, NCMA Learn. Forward dramatizes the life of Harriet Tubman, 1820 through 1913, the Moses of her people. Born into slavery, Tubman escaped in 1849 and then repeatedly returned to the South to rescue other slaves. Jacob Lawrence relates an incident in her story with masterful economy, eliminating all but the essentials. In this painting, Tubman shepherds a small group of fugitives north to freedom. By the dark of the new moon, 6 barefoot figures still wearily across a bare landscape. Clutching a revolver, Tubman commands center stage in her indomitable spirit expressed in her forward momentum. Next, I would introduce the Courageous Conversation Compass and allow students to process their emotions and determine what quadrant of the compass they are. Are they in the feeling, thinking, believing, or acting stages? How does this art piece make you feel? Are there any beliefs that you hold that are connected to this art piece? What does this art piece make you think about? And are there any actions that you are now wanting to take, such as maybe researching to learn more about the historical context, or about the artist who painted the art piece, or maybe even explore the main character in the art piece, who is Harriet Tubman. After you have used this strategy, you can then tie the art piece into your curricular standards. For example, RI, reading informational text, asking and answering questions by referring explicitly to the text. Or you might even have some social studies standards. For example, explaining how historical people, places, events, and ideas have shaped a region over time. As you can see, both of these standards would completely match this art piece, as students would be able to ask questions about the art piece and maybe determine, after researching, the historical context that have changed our region over time. A struggle that your students may find is identifying their feelings and emotions. A solution for this is to provide a visual aid, such as an emotions wheel or a character feelings chart that has synonyms. For the younger students, I would suggest the character trait feelings chart that lists out different character feelings. For older students, I would suggest the emotion wheel that shows the shades of meaning between the most basic emotions to the most complex. My colleagues and I used the Courageous Conversation Compass to guide our conversation after we watched a video that addressed racial equity and inclusion. You can use the Courageous Conversation Compass in a variety of ways. I hope what I share with you today empowers you and inspires you to use the Courageous Conversation Compass to increase student awareness and empower your learners to community build through the arts.